7:06. It is Dixon inviting a Talk 99.5. We've got Will, the Chub Father, with us this morning, and we appreciate him getting up bright and early in for Richard. I think Richard will be back tomorrow. That's kind of the game plan right now. And Andrew, we'll just give you a programming note, is sick today. He will not be in. John Bird is making his way. Steve West Matt will be in here in studio at 10 o'clock from 10 to noon, and then you'll get a best of Andrew from noon until 2. But lots of Bird. He'll be here 10 to 2. And maybe we can get everybody well and back in here tomorrow. We'll see. But we're glad you are with us this morning. We got some nice sunshine today. It's going to be a little hot, 93 the high, about a 20% chance of rain tomorrow, 90. And we got a good chance of showers on Thursday, 60% chance. We'll see if that holds or maybe increases, decreases. You never know with the days to come. So we'll keep you updated. High on Thursday, only 86 degrees. Could use a little bit of that rain. And thank you all so much for being with us today. Listen, we've got a lot of boating weather left, and we would love for you to go get a boat at Rodney's Marine. We really think a lot of Rodney, and we know what he has done for so many of the Talk 99.5 listeners in our community. Taking good care of you guys. The boat selection is out there, is incredible. Of course, he believes in the Suzuki engines. They come with a 5-year warranty that's just tremendous. Starcraft, Silverwave pontoons and tri-tunes. Get into a boat. Get it accessorized by Rodney's. And if you don't have a boat and you're not sure if lake life is for you, well, there's a great way to find out. Maybe rent a boat, because he's got some beautiful boats that he's happy to rent to you. Rodney's Marine, Highway 231 on Lake Logan Martin and Cropwell. 525-1500 is the number. Go out and see him. Check out his Facebook page. Visit his website, rodneysmarine.com. And when you get there, introduce yourself to Rodney and tell him that you're a Talk 99.5 listener. A lot of you already know him. He knows everything about lakes, and specifically Lake Logan Martin. That is where he is. But if you live on another lake or want to take a boat out on a different lake, once you purchase that, he'll get that thing delivered to you where you go. Rodney's Marine. Go see him today. And don't forget to visit him, rodneysmarine.com.
It's Steve's turn.
Can you believe the 2026 college football season is actually this weekend?
Yay!
Let's
Woo-hoo!
go.
Woo, 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 woo! Yeah!
I got to admit, I really, really hate this phrase, though. It kicks off with week 0.
No.
That's what they call it in college
week 1?
football. It is week 1, because at the end of this weekend's games, those teams that played either are 1-0 or 0-1.
Right.
It's week 1.
There's a number 1 beside it.
Stop calling it week 0, you
Week
morons.
0.
But anyway, you got games like North Carolina versus TCU, got the border war, NC State versus Virginia. Right here in Alabama of interest, Alabama's Jacksonville State is taking on North Dakota State. And that kind of brought me to wondering, why would they play that? Oh, wait a minute. We've got more new teams in the Football Bowl subdivision. We're up to 138 now.
Good gracious. Man.
North Dakota State joins along with Sacramento State. Who? Sacramento State. I'll try and get you guys familiar with these two here in a moment. So, yeah, up to 138 Football Bowl subdivisions, what we used to call Division 1A teams now. Sacramento State, not all that highly thought of. According to USA Today, they're ranked at 133rd out of 138 in the preseason all-encompassing poll for their first year at top-level college football. On the other hand, North Dakota State, they're kind of put in the middle. They're predicted to finish 72nd after ending their time as maybe the most dominant program in the football championship, formerly Division I AA subdivision history. Bison have joined the Mountain West Conference after claiming 10 FCS titles, the most recent in 2024, and did that in only 20 years. They moved up from Division II to the FCS for the 2004 season. Jacksonville State knows about North Dakota State. Those two battled for the FCS title in 2015, and they paired off in the playoffs a couple of more times other than that. Then there's Sacramento State, meanwhile, also known as Cal State Sacramento. They're coming up to the FBS, joining the Mid-American Conference. Forget geography and conferences, apparently, unless you're the SEC. Which, well, at least the SEC is in states that are all connected. Can't say that about pretty much any other conference. Go look at their maps. The Sac State Hornets football team finally joins many of their other college sports programs, most of which have been at the top level for some time now. You ask why these two teams joined the FBS? Money. Sacramento's in the capital city of California. There's a pretty good amount of money there. And North Dakota State, well, let's face it, they got oil money for NIL purposes. So, yeah, they were able to do it. But here's the thing. So I gave you where those two teams are slated to finish according to the USA Today. USA Today has their preseason top 138 out in their top 25. The top 10 is led actually by Notre Dame. That's interesting because nobody else is choosing them as the title winner. Trailing them, Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, Indiana in the top 5. Rest of your top 10, Georgia, Oklahoma, Miami, Alabama at 9. Most everybody else has them in the
below
high
the
to
10.
mid-teens.
Yeah.
And then Southern Cal rounding out the top 10. Some other teams, mostly SEC, that might be of note or interest to our listenership feature Ole Miss at 11, Texas A&M 13, LSU 18, Tennessee 19. There's Clemson at 25. Missouri's 30. Florida is 36. You notice who's missing so far. Vanderbilt's at 40. Alabama's first game opponent, East Carolina's at 46, just in case you're curious. Florida State's 47th. South Carolina's 51. We finally get to Auburn, 63rd.
Ooh. Ow.
How does that rank? Well, Jacksonville State's 64th. Troy is 67th. Think about that for a moment.
Oh, no.
But they're not the worst SEC team. Mississippi State comes in at 78. Kentucky is at 95. And Arkansas is at 97. Ouch.
Yeah.
UAB is listed at 117. South Alabama 126. And the, last out of last, 138 out of 138 according to USA Today. Those Minutemen from UMass who can't seem to figure out how to get up off a mat.
Ow.
You might want to find a coach.
That might help.
Just going to start there and see where you go.
Thank you, Steve. Steve's turn. God, that's painful. I mean,
To be ranked
some of
138 out of 138 teams kind of makes you
Ow.
wonder, why are we
Is it-
playing
yeah,
at this level?
or at some point, do you just fold up the program?
Yeah, why are we playing at this level? Maybe we need to drop down one.
Well, I wonder. Yeah, I guess Alabama fans are happy about that list because again, number 9 instead of
Yeah,
where
instead of
was it,
13
like
or
13?
15 or whatever. Yeah, but
that's concerning.
I've heard many people say this.
Yeah,
Do not overlook East Carolina.
really.
I've heard a whole lot of people say, and hey, they're in the top 50 of the preseason poll. Take that for what it's worth. But, these guys are going around and they're evaluating all these programs. They're in the top 50 for a reason. They're beating out a whole lot of other teams that have much bigger names than East Carolina.
Yeah.
So, beware.
Who do you follow, Will? Who's your
Go
team?
Buckeyes.
Go what?
I'm a Buckeye.
You're a Buckeye guy?
Yep.
I did not know that.
I've been an Ohio
You
State.
from Ohio?
I've been an Ohio State fan my entire life.
You from Ohio?
I grew up right on the border. My dad and all his people are Pitt and Penn State folks, but my godfather, who was probably the most influential person in my life, dotted Script, Ohio, in the Ohio State marching band in 1953.
That's
Is
pretty
that
cool.
right?
And all of my first musical recollections are sitting around with him listening to Ohio State marching band albums. And,
Albums?
yeah.
Really? They had an album?
I'm 50. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure that somebody I'm sure at some point the $1 Million Band from Alabama had.
I'm
sure
did.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that somebody
Probably.
put them on a piece of vinyl, and there's a recording of that. But yeah, and I went to school there, and I'm
a Buckeye.
an Ohio State fan.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know you were, for a while, set up inside Bryant Denny.
Mm-hmm.
What's the latest on that? What are you doing now? You're doing something more local? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, we are getting ready to start next week. Actually, our first week is part of Samford's
Stanford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
cafeteria program, and with the food truck, and we're gonna do that every other week. And Aramark has taken over the concession contract at the University of Alabama now. They have interest in us returning.
The University of Alabama?
Aramark. I think that the University of Alabama itself would like us to return as well. But the Crimson Tide Sports Marketing Department would have to drop their lawsuit against me, and I would have to return, and they would have to give me a bunch of money
Oh, no.
for us to go back.
Oh, no.
So, anything is possible. I'm willing, but the wrongs that were done would have to be made right before I would even consider.
I totally would agree with that. You probably need to make that right befure you.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a great. Like once we kind of got everything going and rolling, it was a great, it was a great experience, and we just got screwed, and it wasn't Alabama's fault, So they're kind of really just stuck in the middle and caught up in the mix, and like I understand why they're doing what they're doing, It's business for them, just like it was business for me, So like. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe it'll get worked out.
If it's meant to be, it'll happen.
It will. 9:16, Dixon and Vining got a story that maybe this father gets a Father of the Year award. We'll check it out with you here in just a minute on Talk 99.5. Talk 99.5, talk995.com with 13 hours of live and local programming with real people all day long. We are here. We live here in the community. We love this community. We love the state. And that's why we do it. So you've got Dixon Inviting in the morning, 10 o'clock, usually Andrew and John Bird. Andrew's a little under the weather. John Bird will be here. And we're going to move Steve and Matt in here. Into our studios from 10 until noon. Then you'll get a little best of from noon to 2. Leland Live from 2 until 6. And then Will is back in studio breaking bread along with AJ from 6 until 7 tonight. So glad we can bring that to you today. I got this story, and, I jokingly said before the break, Father of the Year award would go to this guy. But I'd really love to know. I think maybe some people might be on different sides of the aisle with this. And maybe it's a dad-mom thing. Don't really know. But this is the story. 7-year-old boy was left alone on Mount Fuji by his father and brother, who continued their hike to the summit. The boy was found unharmed at about 7:40 a.m. local time on August 20th by a worker at a mountain hunt. According to Japanese news outlets, which cited local police, the worker called police and told them that they had found the boy sitting by himself on a bench at the 6th station of the mountain's Fuji Trail. And according to an outlet, the boy and his older brother and his 48-year-old father started the trail earlier in the morning, intending to reach Mount Fuji's peak. Around the 6th station, the boy began to complain that he was tired. They reported that the man told the child to wait right there at that specific station, and they continued the hike up the mountain. It's believed that the boy was left at the station, which sits about 8,200 feet above sea level, at about 4:30 a.m. Based on the estimated hiking times found, it takes about 5.5 hours to reach the summit from the 6th station. 5.5 hours to reach the summit. Another 2.5 hours to return, meaning the boy could have been left alone at the station for more than 7 hours if the worker didn't spot him. So I guess my question is this. Is this a boy thing? Is 7 years old enough to leave somebody at a station like that unattended for over 7 hours by himself? Or are you as a hiker and as a dad saying, all right, this is as far as we're going to get today. We'll try this another time. Where are you on it, Will? That said it all.
Okay. I think the only place that I may have even allowed that thought to cross my mind to do that was a country and a community like Japan. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, the streets are clean.
Everything's fairly safe.
Respect is a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a different culture. It's a different way of life.
Right. So
than what we have.
I would maybe think about that. Don't think that this is a decision that I would have made. But I can tell you, if we were at Oak Mountain State Park and I was trying to get to the King's Chair,
you were not
there's no way I'm leaving my kid.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, we've seen some things that have happened on hiking trails. I mean, specifically local that, some.
But, like,
you never know what you're going to run across.
But, like, I am all for the idea of, like, when the kids are younger and they insist that they want to do something. And you tell them, you're like, listen, if you come with us, we're not coming back home because you decide that it's too much and you're bored and whatever. So, like, I do understand a father's desire to want to teach that lesson and to make that point. I don't know that time period is what I'm choosing. I think maybe if it's an hour hike to the summit or a 30-minute hike the rest of the way, maybe
7 seems a little young for as intense as this hike appears to be.
Well, yeah, I think that it was probably a little intense to start with. You know what I'm saying? It seems like if I'm going on a 9-hour hike.
I'm thinking I've done some hiking in the mountains, western mountains of North Carolina, beautiful. And it's usually, some of the higher peaks. It's a couple hours, you're going to, hike an hour and a half up, maybe 2 hours up. and then about an hour down, and you got a bottle of water and
Yeah.
a little tiny backpack or something. You're just going to go for a little bit and see
Sure.
things. But that's a heck of a hike.
That is.
I mean, by the time they got to that sixth station, now it doesn't really tell us how long it took to get to the sixth station, but to get to the summit and then come back down, I don't know. It seems like that's a day adventure right there.
It is. And I think I'm leaving the 7-year-old
Maybe at home.
at home. Unless I've got a papoose pack or something.
Papoose! He's got a papoose!
I'm prepared to put him in and, hike it the rest of the way.
Yeah, it just, that seems, and it doesn't say how old the older brother is, but I'm going to assume 10 or above.
I think that
maybe a teenager.
I think that the poorest of the decisions was to take the kid from the house to start with.
Yeah.
On a hike that far.
Because he got tired, and the dad was like, well, let's go. Come on. And no, I'm tired. So you either have to give up the hike and take him back down or.
Right. And you would think that
or
a
leave him
7-year-old
there.
would get tired. I mean,
yeah.
That's a long hike.
Yeah. You're a little smaller in stature.
I get tired walking to the Cumulus Cafe from this chair.
Oh, yeah. That's I kind of disagree with this dad's decision.
Yeah, I think.
And
it was
again,
a poor
there's plenty of people. Man up, come on, you got to
Yeah,
go.
I'm
He'll be
all-
fine there. I'm not sure I'm doing that with my 7-year-old.
Because if something bad happens, I am never hearing.
You'll
the
never.
end of-
Oh, you'll
I
never
am
forgive yourself.
Never hear. Well, screw forgiving myself.
Yeah.
I'm never hearing the end of it from my wife.
Mm.
Maybe Japanese wives are different.
I don't know the answer to that either.
I don't
Will,
either.
don't really know.
Maybe they just accept it and go make them some ramen anyway. I don't. Who knows? Go fix my sashimi, woman.
You got to figure out a little shorter hike next time, I say.
Yeah,
We didn't think that all the way through.
I don't think so.
Like, what if this happens?
Sure.
And he wants to sit. He doesn't want to go any further. Phew. Father of the year right there. I disagree with that, Dad.
What if he got attacked by a panda on the trail?
Talk 99.5, talk995.com on YouTube at Real Talk 995 TV and download that app. It's 9:36. I'm Valerie Vining. Will, the Chub Father, is with me. Steve West behind the glass, and we thank you guys for being here this morning. I got a little story we were just talking about a minute ago, Will, moving to the country. Moving to the country.
Gonna eat a lot of peaches. Such a good album by the President of the United States.
It really is. In all seriousness, we sometimes think about what we might do in retirement or where we might live in retirement. That's if we even get an opportunity to retire. Looking at some things, it's like, well, I'll be working, like Richard says, until the day he dies. But you think about that, and it's like, do you want to buy some land and live out on a bunch of acreage in some part of Alabama that you love, some place that's really beautiful? What do you want to do? I have right now for you the 11 best towns in Alabama for retirees.
All right.
11 best towns. You guys, see what you think about this. Do you agree or disagree? 545-9950. Don't call us because Greg ruined it. Just text us, 545-9950. All right, one of the best places that you could live? Gadsden. Here's what it says. The lakeside town of Gadsden offers retirees a mix of everything convenience and affordable. Average home values sit just under $78,000. That's cheap.
It is cheap.
Among the lowest of any city in the state of Alabama and well below the average. Gadsden Regional Medical Center provides inpatient and outpatient care, holds Joint Commission certification in hip and knee replacement. Didn't know that about that. Beautiful Nakalula Falls, 250 acres on the edge of Lookout Mountain, where the 90-foot falls drop into Black Creek Gorge. And they say that this is just a wonderful place for retirees to go.
They are putting up lights on the first 9 holes at Twin Bridges.
So you can play at night.
So you're going to be able to play at night.
Have you ever played night golf?
I've played night golf.
What's that like? Because I've never played.
I've just played like glow in the dark, ball. I've not actually played like
regular
full lights.
Right.
I'm excited. I really want to. I'm looking forward to that.
Might need to make a little road trip up there for that.
Twin Bridges is a nice golf course anyway. They do a good job run by the city.
All right, here's another one. Another place that you might want to retire, one of the best towns in Alabama for retirees. Anniston made the list. Anniston has fewer than 21,000 residents. I didn't realize that. I thought it was a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
With hospital care and senior housing both affordable in town. Average home values about $150,000, so they're a little more uppity, but still comfortably under the state figure. Let's see, Fort McClellan, licensed for 60 residents, provides assistance in independent living. The Freedom Riders National Monument is there. Sounds like Anniston might be a lovely little place to move to.
Cider Ridge Golf Course.
Super
challenging, but very fair and very fun. If you've not played there, you should go check it out.
I might have to do that. How about Atmore? You don't hear a whole lot about Atmore. It's one of the smallest towns for retirees in the state. Is home to fewer than 8,500 people.
Is that counting the people in the prison?
What about the casino?
The town is affordable with average home values at around $160,000. Senior residents can walk through downtown Atmore and visit the revitalization spaces. Senior Village they have there. It opened in 2021, offers several services to residents 55 and older. The Atmore Community Hospital provides local inpatient and emergency care. I'm getting a sense that this is just about houses and senior
Hospitals,
care.
yes.
Hospitals. Can we have a little something else
How
for
good
the
is your
seniors?
knee replacement team?
And, of course, the Porch Creek Indian Museum and Welcome Center that's there as well. Here's one that really kind of surprised me a little bit. Bessemer, one of the 11 cities for retirees in the state of Alabama.
Lots of beautiful countryside and land out there.
Well, and the one picture that's there is the historical sign, Alabama's oldest restaurant, Bright Star. Mm-hmm. They're highlighting that in this. Located near Birmingham. Everybody knows that provides a quieter alternative for retirees who still want access to big city amenities. Average home value, around $135,000.
You can still play a $35 round of golf with cart at Frank House Golf Course. One of the oldest
I'm getting
public
the
golf
sense-
courses.
I'm noticing a priority
yeah,
here.
there is. The nearby UAB Medical West Hospital offers, here's another one, primary care and emergency services. The Oaks on Parkwood community provides maintenance-free retirement options. The downtown Bessemer National Historic District traces the town's steel industry, passed through the storefronts and civic buildings, and boom money paid for it. Here's another one. Now, this could be interesting. Muscle Shoals. We know a lot about Muscle Shoals. Of course, it suits music lovers with an average home value above the state average at around $266,000. The payoff is worth it for those who can make it work. Memory care and assisted living can be found at the Pearl of the Shoals on South Wilson Dam Road. That's the name of the road. I'm not cussing over here. And North Alabama Shoals Hospital provides full-service care to residents. So there you go. Selma is on the list. Is on the list. One of the lowest average home values in Alabama, roughly $79,500 for a home there, with fewer than 20,000 residents. Of course, they have a regional medical center there with some hospital options there. They also several assisted living options that are in the city. Assisted living in Park Place. So there's another
Just
one
a
for
short
you.
walk to Montgomery.
Yeah, very short walk. You could walk there. Absolutely. We've seen that done. Aniana is on the list, one of 11 places to move as a retiree in the state of Alabama. Aniana has about 7,000 residents. Again, a little less than I thought were there. The average home value, $218,000.
Which way is Aniana? Is it south?
It's north. It's northeast of Birmingham, I think. Isn't it up that way?
Maybe so.
Yeah. Built in 1934, Horton Mill Covered Bridge. You can go check out the covered bridge while you're there. Ozark is on the list. Ozark, home to about 15,000 residents, right around $150,000 for the average home there. The town serves as one of three main gates for Fort Rutger, the Army's aviation training post. Sounds like, and there's some medical center there as well. You got to have a medical center nearby. Fort Payne. Now this one makes sense. What a beautiful place. Fort Payne is gorgeous, right? Have you been to Fort Payne before? Yeah.
Been through it number of times.
Known as the sock capital of the world because its mills once produced more than half the socks made in America. Did you know that about Fort Payne? A little history there. The town is one a little more expensive for retirees with an average home value of around $210,000. You can retirees can choose Spring Grove Apartments, a senior community location near the senior center. You can take advantage of that. All right. How about Scottsboro? You know what's famous for Scottsboro? Lost luggage. You can get your lost luggage all day long at Scottsboro. Population of just over 16,000. Home value $219,000. And like I said, home to unclaimed baggage. That's where it all goes. Did you know that?
I heard something about that.
Yeah. Monroeville is another city for retirees. That's a good one. Average home value, $147,000. I got a couple of hospitals there for you. And that about does it.
I've never had a conversation with a person who was getting ready to retire that said that they were going to move to any of those places.
None of them.
None of them.
What do they say? The beach?
Yeah, most of it's the beach. And I'm very surprised that and I guess that the beach,
like Gulf Shores,
like
isn't
Gulf
on there?
Shores, but for from an affordability standpoint,
you can't afford that.
It's probably not where it's at.
Yeah, and that's kind of why this list is what it is, because it's
about cheap prices and knee replacements.
Yeah, pretty much.
The occasional hip replacement.
You want to make sure you've got a hospital nearby, assisted living nearby, and yes, that you're able to afford it. Fairhope should be, well, Fairhope's not really affordable. It's very expensive.
Nothing close to the beach is very affordable anymore.
I think
it just keeps
right.
going farther out. I mean, it's...
Well, and even here, if you talk about the Birmingham area, people keep moving further out.
Right.
You know, they're Morris and Moody. You just keep going further north. Or if it's Shelby County or Chelsea and Clear and Montevallo and some of those areas. And every place I just mentioned, you're going to pay a pretty penny for property or to build something. It's amazing stuff. All right, 9:46. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to get to the question of the day. If you haven't checked it out, it's on the Talk 99.5 Facebook page, so stick around. Little yacht rock for you there, Will.
Maybe the most underrated genre of music ever.
Can I tell you, anytime I get near a body of water, that's what it is, yacht rock.
I don't really know why it became
A thing.
yacht rock,
Yeah,
but I'm glad that it did.
I am too.
I mean, isn't it really just Magic 96.5 and like and like 1990? Isn't that really like
that's
all of yacht rock is?
Yeah.
Was just
That's it. 9:53, Dixon inviting at Talk 99.5. And I discovered this. I mentioned it about a month ago. I guess it's been that. And I don't know if you've run across it. If you do like yacht rock, I'm a huge fan. Keith Urban's, I think it's called Flow State.
Something like that.
Album, and it has all of these songs, all the stuff you hear on yacht rock. There's like, I don't know how many, like 12 on the album.
Something like that. I can look it up.
let's check that out.
It's really good. I mean, I'm like, Keith Urban doing.
Seems like he's bounced back pretty good from Nicole Kidman.
What's the deal there?
I don't know, but I love
there
that
was-
show that she's on, Linus. Do you watch Linus?
I've seen an episode or two
Oh my
of
god,
it.
I
Yeah.
love it so much.
Yeah,
So
I've
good.
not. I haven't seen enough, but yeah, that's what I've
So
heard.
good.
But
11 songs on there.
11. Give Will a couple of the titles.
The old Robbie Dupree song "Steal Away,"
Okay.
Players Baby Come Back,
Okay.
Walter Egan's "Magnet and Steel." You had Grover Washington Jr. with "Just the Two of Us." Stephen Bishop's "On and On." Got "Help Is on the Way," "How Much I Feel," "Summer Breeze," "I Just Want to Stop."
I can
It's
hear
really
and
good.
I can hear the tone in his voice being
At first, I
perfect
was
for
like,
that.
"He's country. How's he gonna?" It's amazing. He did an amazing job.
It's so amazing to me that his Australian accent doesn't come through
It's
more
weird.
than it does when he's singing.
I know.
That's a
Very
lot the
weird.
same though. If you think about other Australian or British singers, for
Sure.
that matter, the accent just seems to disappear when they're
Yeah.
singing, for the most part.
I always heard it the most on, I don't know what the name of that song is, but he's like, when he says, take your records, take your reasons, take your sweaters, I don't need them, whatever that song was, like I can hear a little bit of that from down underness
Yeah.
to that, but that's really the only place that I've ever been able to pick it up while he was
But it
singing.
is interesting that accent doesn't come through more, and it sounds more like an American singer when he's singing.
Right.
So strange.
It just sounds country.
I know. I'm like, how do you pull that off?
But I think Australian country people are probably just like Alabama country people.
Really?
I do, yeah.
Well,
G'day, mate.
The South
Good
Australia.
day, mate.
Yeah.
Southern Australia.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're from the South Outback, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd like a good steak, please, and a bloomin' onion.
Not from Outback.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
Can
Well,
you
that
make
means
a-
said
Said
the
you wanted a
bloomin'
good
onion.
steak.
Can you make a bloomin' onion?
Yeah.
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 Are they hard to make?
No.
No.
No. You can buy the as seen on TV gadget to cut them. Like you could go on Amazon right now and spend less than $10 and get a contraption
the
that would
cutter?
that would cut the thing.
Yeah.
And then all you got to do is batter it. And
Is that
fry
like
it.
the apple cutter? You know how
That's
you
all
can
it is.
split an apple?
Yeah.
I bought Richard a watermelon one.
Right.
It's huge.
There you go. So you same thing. Borrow it from him and make yourself a bloomin' onion.
How big of an onion?
That's
going to
be a big onion.
Well, it doesn't have to use the whole thing. I mean, you can still just put it over the little.
But I
part
need a
and-
fryer, right, to be able to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that.
You have a pot, don't you? Did you
Yeah,
put
but
oil in?
I don't really fry anything. I don't.
Sure, you could put one in your beloved air fryer.
Oh, I don't want to ruin that. It's not that
I
big.
hate air fryers so much.
Do you really?
I do.
You never use them?
No, I have a convection oven.
Oh, he's
I don't need
hoity-toity.
I don't need it. No, I've had a
Ah.
convection oven for forever, and I've had convection ovens like way before
You're
air fryers.
anti-air fryer. I'm
Yes,
just
it's
shocked, Will.
ridiculous. It's
Well,
absolutely
How
ridiculous.
about I got a double basket one
Oh my God.
this year?
That's
I got
great.
rid of the single convection where you pull the little and there's two little trays.
Congratulations
I wanted
on
the
all
double.
your success.
Oh God, I love that thing. I'm gonna be cooking on it today.
Do you not have a convection function on your oven?
Yeah, I just don't.
Same thing.
I don't want it.
Same
I don't-
thing.
I know. I just.
You don't even have to
I
pull
like
out a
my air
whole. You don't
fryer.
have to pull out a
It's
whole
just more
separate
fun.
thing.
Yeah, it's right there. It's on the counter.
Your oven's right there.
I know, but it's it's big and it takes a long time to heat up. Do you know what I'm saying? I think in
Sure.
the long run you save some money energy wise, don't you?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's a different argument for another day. Let's get into it. The question of the day.
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
All right, here it is. If you could remain any age for the rest of your life, what age would that be and why? If you could remain any age for the rest of your life, what age would that be and why? Let's start with Steve. Steve?
25-ish, right in that area. I was settled into the career that I had chosen, so I was financially not well off, but independent enough to be able to do the things that I wanted to do. You know, I was living,
You were living
on my own and
breathing.
paying for my bills, but I was old enough to know well, but still a little young enough to not really care that much about it.
Okay. Will?
I'm going to go, I'll say 28. Stephanie and I were already married.
Aw.
We didn't have any kids yet.
Oh, that's a fun time.
You know, we were making, we were making
Be careful
really good
here.
money. We were making really good money between us.
I was like, he's about to get real personal here.
No, we were making
you
really
and Greg
good-
can hang out.
We were making really good money between us. And, you know, so yeah.
That's a nice time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say probably mid-20s, maybe about where you're saying, about 28, because, you know, you're still, you haven't lived enough life to do, you know, just to tone it down, and you're still kind of doing wild things and checking things
Right.
out, whether it's jumping out of planes or whatever.
Right.
You don't really know, oh my gosh, I could die. So that part's kind of fun. Yeah, I would say about 28. Let's see here. Jerry says 39 because when I turned 40, my body just said I'm out. I like
Fair.
that, Jerry, 39. 67 because most of my big mistakes would be behind me, and hopefully I can be retired or retire any day. That's from Jay. Thank you, Jay.
Mark says 27 because I just got married.
Ah,
That's nice.
See, there's something
Your wife
about
is
that.
listening, isn't she? Ricky added 35 because that's when I got divorced.
Oh, wow. Charlie says 35. He says my kids were still at home. Faye says about 35 was the best. Dave says 30. Nancy 39. Tanya 31. That's all over the map. Y'all have a great